Alright YouTube, welcome back to part 2 of my Q&A. Now let's go off with Nation. First question, what are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Z YouTubers like Rhymestyle, Black and Fist, and Quaman? Rhymestyle's alright, but sometimes he can kind of tell jokes that aren't really all that funny and it can kind of get a little bit unfocused. And sometimes he says things that make you kind of question why that he really doesn't get Dragon Ball Z sometimes. Black and Fist, I don't exactly remember what he's like. Quaman's, I don't really have much of a complaint about. Though, there was this one person who Rhymestyle was with that takes like the worst aspects of Rhymestyle's videos and makes it worse by just being completely unfocused and telling really unfunny jokes and being far too exuberant for my taste. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Number 2, I haven't read Spider-Man comics in a while. Can you recommend me some? Well, you can't go wrong with the classics Spider-Man comics done by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. You could also do some ones from the like 70s and 80s, featuring stuff like Black Cat and Venom. Um, some modern comics, I can't really recommend any because they've really been shitty with Spider-Man, with a whole One More Day and Dan Slott's run with that awful Superior Spider-Man and the abysmal Spider-Verse. Oh yeah, basically Marvel's basically killed Spider-Man for me as far as comics has been concerned. But if you want to check out those classic comics, that's fine. I suppose the closest thing I could get to uh, I guess the closest I could get for modern comic, you could probably do J. Michael Straczynski's run before One More Day. Yeah, that's about it. Your third question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Dragon Ball Xenoverse? I would give Dragon Ball Xenoverse like an 8.5. I'd just say that was just like 5, I mean, point 0.5 more points than I gave Battle of Z. It's a good game, and it's very visually it's the best I've seen about the Dragon Ball Z games. Though it does have a few bugs, like when you're hitting somebody, you kind of can't. It's kind of difficult to change directions, and it kind of leaves you out in the open. I also don't like how the stamina function prevents you from blocking attacks, so you're pretty much wide open if you're on the receiving end. You might get a kick out of it if you're the one dishing out the punishment, but yeah, yeah. I also kind of didn't think their final villain, D'Amigo, was all that interesting because we didn't get really much of his backstory. But he was certainly better than other villains like Super Android 13, Bojack, and especially Broly. And another thing, I really hate how they overpowered Broly. I mean, you could even when you're like level 80, some of his punches will like won't even stagger him at the very most. You'll do like 10% damage with each hit. I mean like maybe like 4% damage like each hit, which is complete BS. Okay, what are my thoughts on this superhero show Arrow and Flash? I've never seen them. I'm not really a big fan of Green Arrow and Flash. I mean, I'm aware of them, and I've only gotten to know them slightly from shows like Young Justice or uh, the Justice League shows. Other than that, I've never really followed their stories. I, you'd probably be better off asking someone like Linkara or Erod the Blockbuster Buster on that. So, thank you for those questions, Girl Nation. The next set of questions is going to be coming from Cody Street Fighter Z, and we'll stay tuned for that.